Greetings, Aries, February 17th through the 21st, 2025. I can say one thing, community came out in your pre-shuffle and it wanted to stay out. So community is going to be a big theme for you this week. Welcome to Rainbow Ma. This is your liberation bridge. I combine sidereal ancient astrology with Western modern astrology, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a short forecast of what signs are in Aries right now so you can get some validation of what you've been feeling. Then we're going to go into a Celtic cross reading, and I'm going to also do some clarifiers on that. So let's get started. Aries, February 17th through the 21st, 2025. So your inner soul, okay? So we have the sidereal inner soul. On the 17th, we have Uranus, which is the unexpected, right? And Hygeia in your second house. And so you're going to see this unexpected kind of like revelation of how you want to clean up the way, like, your self-worth and your valuables. You're gonna see like the way that you dress, the way that you have self-worth. You're gonna want to kind of like clean that up, kind of like move it in different directions, okay? And then we have on the 17th, on the tropical side of things, we have Aries, which is the dark conglomerate of all the goddesses, Chiron, Venus in your 11th house. So on that same day, which is today, and then going into the 20th, there's this massive deepest wound healing. If you don't know your Chiron or Chiron placement, Chiron, let me know. I can do your astrological chart for me. The link is down below. Knowing your Chiron placement is super powerful. It's really important to know your Chiron placement because it's your deepest wound. And often our deepest wound holds us back the most if we don't know exactly what it is or we don't receive that astrological validation. Okay, so in this sign of Aries, you may be seen, or you're going to be seen, or definitely in your community, you're going to have this deep learning whenever it comes to, you know, the depths of your soul, those feelings that we feel the most uncomfortable with, the shame, the guilt, things like that, around love, your pleasure, you know, your what you desire, okay? Then going into the 20th, on the Aries soul, we have Uranus, Hygeia, Aries in the 12th house. So that's the depths of your soul. So unexpected cleaning up of the darker aspects of yourself, so that shadow self, okay, that shadow work, and it's conjunct your deepest wound and Venus, so Chiron and Venus, love, relationships, money, things like that, and Pisces in the 11th house. So you're going to be having this deep transformation and seeing your community through a whole new lens of, like, you're going to be seeing where you're going to be healing on some of the deepest wounds of yourself, okay? And then also going into the 20th, on that outer self, that tropical, we have Aries and Chiron. So your deepest wound and those things that you're really guilty for, you know, that shadow work in your 6th house. So that is of relationships and how you give and take, and then Venus in your 5th house. And so you're going to see yourself going into the 20th, you're going to start seeing more clearly the shadow work that you've had to do and why you've had to do it, okay? So that you can apply it to your life. So let's get started, Aries. I'm so excited. Please comment down below what you have been learning, and I'm really grateful that you're here. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you as we go and we transform together. War of Roses. Obviously, Aries is going to have the war card. We have the present moment is a war, okay? Let's see what is crowning that. So we have wishes fulfilled, okay? Your goal is an initiation. Okay, so you're really... It looks like here you've been at war trying to get your wishes fulfilled, trying to get your manifestations, and it looks like you should be, like you could be being in a place of peace, or you could continue the war. Do you see what I mean? Because you want to be initiated. You want to move out of this energy so that you can receive your wishes. And so you may not see it yet, and we'll do some clarifiers, but you may have to come to peace and be the first one that waves the flag of peace to end the war. And we'll see what kind of war we're talking about here. Okay, so we have 4, the distant past. Okay, you got 4, spring. So in the distant past, that is interesting to have spring in the distant past. Maybe your seeds, you know, maybe you have had a past of some sort of abundance, okay? But we're going to see what that is more about in the clarifiers. Let's see the recent past events that's affecting this, the scribe. Okay, so in the recent past, you've been getting to work on something, you've been studying something, you've been learning something, you've been possibly having conversations about ancient texts with others, or kind of like learning up, reading up about certain things, possibly even manifestation, even writing down your manifestations. Okay, let's see future influence. I think you already know you can manifest, Aries. Future influence is views of the ego. Okay, so you're going to be facing parts of your ego that are still at war. One of my favorite Kendrick Lamar songs, one of the lyrics is his higher self saying, "But you love war." And Kendrick is like, "No, I don't." And then his higher self is like, "Yeah, you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be fighting it." So it's like, that's the energy right now, Aries. And I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are super needed. I love the energy of Aries. And so part of the lesson of Aries, of being an Aries, is you have a lot of power and you have a lot of authority, and you're meant to wield that, but wield that in a way that is egoless, even though Aries is like the ego. So you are meant to have a lot of power and authority, and if you can do it with letting go of like parts of yourself that you may be too prideful to look at, you're going to be powerful. Okay, we have the questioner. So where you're at, right, like you. So your energy. We're going to get a card for that. The waterfall. Overflowing with abundance. Yeah, you may have, you may already know the law of manifestation. You may have already manifested some things, and you have the wishes fulfilled. And it's almost like maybe others, like you're letting go of others that are at war with your expansion of abundance. Okay, so we have the environmental factors around you. Your home. You may be really peaceful in the home, or like focusing on peace in the home. You may also have children. We have the inner emotions. The inner emotions, you have a lot of paths. It looks like you're expanding right now in your life, Aries. That's really beautiful. Then we have the final results. Master Artisan, getting to work. You're changing the way that you work, and you're going through an initiation. It's almost like you're taking the universal concepts and wisdom and you're applying them into your work, and so it's changing things. And as that is changing things, also your family and your home, as that is changing your inner world, it's changing your outer world. And so it looks like you do actually want to come to peace and drop your ego in certain places so that you can be initiated. Your goal is to be initiated into higher mysteries, higher knowledge. Well, part of that is dropping the past self more and more and more and more and more. Okay, what is, whoa, I thought something fell. I don't know what that was about. That was weird. You might be afraid of letting things go, like losing something. My voice is getting really dry too. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, and community was a big deal, wasn't it, here? Okay, but it was like a positive influence. So let's see more, Aries. This is exciting because you are like moving into wishes fulfilled, right? So let's see. What is this views of the ego? The card wants me to look at it, but I don't want to look at it. The lovers. Okay. Maybe a lover that you have in your life, or relationships that you have in your life. Okay, could be specifically a past lover that is in the energy of the Queen of Wands, so a very beautiful person, a very vivacious person, possibly like a mean girl, but a Queen of Wands can also just be very confident, and that's good. Yeah, it looks like there's an ending here, or there will be an ending. We have the Tower and the Three of Swords, of like a past life relationship type thing. There's a lot of karmic energies in the air right now, and it looks like this might be like something that's bringing you war, like you're moving on to a next phase of your life. So like a relationship possibly from your past, or like a sister or something like that. It's like it's going to end, or that energy is going to come up again if it's from the past. And you might be like sorting through like, oh, I can see clearly now why that ended or why that had to end, or, you know, things like that, so that you can actually move forward. Okay. And it might have been like literally a person that you were very dedicated to and committed to with this spring in the past here. Yeah, you might have spent, like, you might be, have spent a lot of time alone, is what I'm getting. Alone, you might have spent a lot of time alone in learning, gaining your courage, gaining your strength. You might have been like looking at someone possibly from your past that maybe has even moved on. That's a very specific message, you guys. Because it looks like there has been like beauty in your past, and it's almost like you're afraid to step into more beauty because you don't want to lose like what you did in your past. Yeah. It's like this childlike, essence of yourself wants to be reborn. Yes. Oh my God. As I draw the Page of Cups, 3 of Wands. Yes. So okay, this is really important. In order for you to move on, because you're going through an initiation right now. It is what it is. Because you want to. That's your goal, Aries. You're going to get it. You're going to have your wishes fulfilled. You've been doing your studying. You've been looking at your past and also your current thing. You're letting go of things that no longer serve you. You're letting go of people that are acting out of their ego and hurting your vibes and hurting your confidence. You're letting that go. You're spending some time within and gaining the confidence and courage to recognize that you can be silly, you can be fun, you can be fresh, you can be new, and you can have a child's mind. Now remember, a child's mind is like a clean slate. When you have a clean slate, you can have pure clarity. Do you see? If you hold on to all the past things, you cannot go forward in this initiation. It just won't happen. We have the Knight of Wands and the Devil. Whoa, okay. Also, if you're just like sleeping around, I'm telling you, you're not going to want to do that. The reason being is you might manifest. Okay, this is something. Okay. Someone might have cheated on you, okay, that you feel defensive towards, or someone might be really angry at you because you possibly cheated on them, okay? Or something like that, right? Because relationships are very, very different nowadays. So we have to remember that we're changing a lot in the age of Aquarius. But what I see is you might be like really defensive. There also might be, you might be manifesting like a positive relationship in the near future, because that's where this is at, right? The future influence. But if you're still defensive and hurtful and still at war within yourself, you're not going to receive this opportunity as a new manifested lover, because you have the Lover's card twice. And this time it's like you are manifesting a lover, but you've got to check yourself. Like, are you doing it just out of lust or out of love? Really, whenever or the other person, is the other person coming at you out of lust or out of love? And there's a very big difference. Like, if you want like a long-term commitment, there's a very big difference. Okay, we have mentorship and capability. Yeah, you're meant to literally like speak into the world. You're meant to be seen in the world. You also have, yes, that is meant to be your next future venture, is literally speaking into the world and having success at that. But you're gonna have to work on that next adventure. You're going to have to claim your power. You're gonna have to have the capability, and you may have to conform to like wise values that hold wisdom within them, instead of like running around like a little kid. Like, have a childlike consciousness, but don't make the same decisions that you did in the past that literally would destroy your life again. Okay, so you might go through a time of this time period right now, from right now to the 20th, is really reflecting on your past, reflecting on your childhood, reflecting on those beliefs that you're finally just letting go of, and seeing how they're reflecting in your relationships, and changing yourself first. Don't try to change anybody else. Change yourself first, and then you'll see this massive initiation into claiming more of who you really are and what your real power is, Aries. So I'll see you next on the 20th. Remember to like and comment and subscribe, and let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're doing. And always remember, I can give you a professional astrological reading. It's my favorite thing to do, and the link to book that with me is down below. Peace and love, Aries.